Okay.
You're ready or not, the only person that's supposed to be ready is the producer. And if the producer isn't ready, then of course none of us are.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ben Podcast, your favorite
That was good,
show
wasn't it?
for politics, pop culture,
Wait, Mikey,
sex advice,
before we
financial advice,
before we move on,
family
Mikey,
planning,
can you fix something?
astrophysics.
Can you help?
Yeah, I got you.
It's Shartan who showed up and screwed up everything.
Just ruined it.
Ruined
It's all
everything.
misshapen now. It'll never be the same.
Leave? I'll fucking leave.
All right, we're good. All
There
right,
we go.
back to norm.
And we're fixed. So what's up? Hi guys. We're Shartan, Brenna, and Mikey. Wayne is
Hi, everybody.
Wayne's working. He's got some real life work to do. That's fine. We're your favorite show. And that's why you're gonna go to patreon.com/thebenpodcast and empty that bank account and make it rain on us because you love us. And because it's Thursday. And that's mandatory due to state law.
Hmm?
I figured out that my kid has no chance of growing up to be a normal kid. Like, she's going to be weird as shit hanging out with me all day. Like, she has no chance.
Just
I'm glad you
hanging
said
out in
it.
general.
Yeah, just being around me
Just-
this much, it's not gonna bode well for her future. She's gonna be singing and dancing and
Jeez.
making up words. Fucking,
Doomed.
she's gonna
I'm-
start 1,000 projects and never finish half of them.
Doomed.
I'm very glad you've come to this realization on your own, because it kind of spares me a very awkward conversation further on.
But it's her. It's not like she's gonna listen. She's my kid. You know what I
Do
mean?
her
So I'm
own
gonna
thing.
have to like literally ricochet me against me. Like, it's gonna be my own me against me.
Yep.
That's
Ain't
where-
it fun though?
I'm hoping that mostly Kristen's personality kicks in. Actually, I take that back. Kristen's worse than me. She's sweet and everybody loves her, but she is diabolical. She knows how to hit you where it hurts. She's like Arya Stark with the little poker.
Pointy end.
Yeah, the pointy end. Yeah, she's pointy end. I'm like the mountain. You can see me coming and get out of the way. And Shartan's like Jon Snow because he's north of the wall.
We've always said that. Oh.
Yep.
No, Shartan is the dude, the wildling dude who had sex with the giant or whatever it was. or was raised by giants. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking red-haired dude.
yeah.
The fucking crazy motherfucker. He fell in love with Brienne of Tarth, and he was like,
Oh yeah.
he was like so smitten. It was so adorable how much he had a crush on her. Even speaking that weird, like, you know, like old Englishy, Viking-y kind of bullshit thing. My man had a crush.
Yeah, his name is Christopher Hivju, and he's from Norway.
Oh.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know, maybe that's you instead of Ragnar. A little bit.
Him might actually have been mistaken for a couple of times.
Oh.
Okay, so how do we monetize this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just start doing lines from the show. Like,
So what happened?
on just on TikTok. All he has to do is do lines from the show.
Yeah. So
Mikey, I think we can overproduce it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zooming in and out
So-
real fast.
We could
the
do that.
story is that I was in
Background.
Trondheim to see my brother, and we went out to this pub after he finished work. And I was just sitting outside having a cigarette. My hair was a bit longer back then, and it kind of had it slicked back. And a couple of guys just walked by. And one of the guys just turned around and was like, "Dude, I loved you in Game of Thrones, man." And I was like, yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I'm just gonna like pretend I didn't hear that." And then I walked inside, and then we were sitting there, and I was sitting with my brother, and then this guy came up, and he started just talking to me, and I had no idea who he was. And so I was just being polite and nice and all that. So, and this guy also thought that I was the actor Christopher Hivju from Game of Thrones. And I was like, no, dude, wrong fellow. That's not me.
That was the incorrect answer. You should have said yes. Yes, I am him. And who is buying my drinks tonight? I will quote all of your favorite lines. I'll say whatever you want in his voice.
There you go.
Giant's Bane or something was his name in the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Tormund Giant's Bane.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Hey, my man knew how to love, and that's important. Where do you guys want to go first today? We're done banting. We got a couple of
We're done. This is
We're
a
done.
hard
hard
knife through it.
It's beginning
it.
now. It begins.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's a new game coming out that Team Nate is probably going to start putting out some content for, called Starfield. I would play the trailer, but I'm pretty sure everybody's already seen it. It looks like the shit plus tax. It looks incredible. It's getting amazing reviews, but not from everyone. Some people have problems with the game. This is not this guy's TikTok, so don't come after this person. This person stole their TikTok so that we didn't have to watch their TikTok and give them views.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
I don't want to fuck up my algorithm.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I love
true.
no-
I have.
I've curated my
Figured out
shit.
I figured out ways to fuck it up. It's not pretty.
Nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fuck.
Oh man, dude, you
Yeah.
got some fucking pressure in your eyeballs, man. You are. Whew.
Take a breathe. Take a breathe.
You know, Brenna, he sounds really emotional.
Yeah, it's just, maybe it's his time of the month.
Maybe he's on his period. He's on the rag with his emotional outburst. Fucking come on, man. And for all you guys who want to fucking shit on women all the time, anger is an emotion too, jackass. So just because you get mad at everything, that's equally as emotional as
Yeah.
somebody who cries about everything. So
Yeah.
as Wayne would say, wind your neck in.
Oh.
Fucking current dayers!
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking
Yeah, do you want to get immersed?
Oh.
You want to get immersed in my world?
This is about choosing pronouns for your character
when you start the game and you when you
in an
first turn it on.
imaginary world.
When you turn on the game and they ask you to put your name in, how tall do you want to be, what's your pronouns, and this guy is fucking pissed. How dare you?
Is that the thing that he's so upset about?
Yes, he's pissed that there was a that's why do I have to press 1 for English?
Right.
This is the new thing. I guess that's the transition. Unbelievable.
Get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, California. Have an air horn, California.
we're boring! We're so fucking boring! I'm so excited to go.
So there. This makes me want to play the game even more.
So
maybe I'll have
just
maybe
to
I'll have
remind everybody, you choose your own pronoun. You choose it. It's what you want the computer to call you. This is not. You are not forced to be non-binary.
Is he that bad at the game? Could
I
it
don't think
be
he's
that
never played a game before.
Could he be that bad? He's like, they're making me gay. He's just over there freaking out. It's like, no, dude, push down, and then you can select the one that you would like.
If
What
you pull
game
down
is
the
it?
menu.
So this is a
arrow.
So this controller came with your console. What you're gonna do is you're gonna turn that one on.
what
no,
game
you
is
have
it?
to turn
Starfield.
Starfield, and what's that like? Is it like in space?
Yes.
Does it have aliens in it?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. It just came out, and I only saw. I don't think did you see aliens in the trailer, Brenna? I don't know.
I don't know.
What was the name?
Starfield.
It's on Game Pass.
Yes, it is. Oh, and if you guys are really cool, send me something when you see this on YouTube, whatever. If you don't have Game Pass for PC, you should send me a DM on Twitter at MikeyFamine. Keep giving me codes.
Yeah, no, it's a Windows game.
Oh, you mean a game?
No, it's not for PlayStation. It's Xbox, Steam, and Windows.
Yeah, I should probably get rid of that Mac.
Yeah, I should probably get rid of everything so I can sit around and play games.
It's a good day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody loves it.
Come on. I'm trying to there we go. I'm trying to move our logo over. Haha, I did it.
That was weird.
So, Brenna, why are you Californians just pouring your ridiculous shit all over? Why are you forcing this on us?
Fourth largest economy in the world. I'm just saying. I mean,
oh, that's why.
We're not stupid. We know how to get shit done.
Don't they say that it costs money to be bigoted and racist and shit like that? For all the bad press you get, it's not worth it. Even if you think some racist shit, to just not even say it if you want to keep your money. That's how the Californians are keeping that economy afloat. Individual rights and tolerance. The cheap bastards. That's how you get that economy.
God damn it, we're just we accept people. Oh my god.
You include all pieces of the workforce to make some Voltron machine.
We pay our workers.
Oh, does anybody have any strike news?
I think they're still going.
Strike?
I thought
there's
there was something going on, some conclusion going on, but I haven't heard anything new.
Oh, the writers' strike. Yeah, sorry.
I forget who told me this, but I guess they're making exemptions for certain movies to be made.
There are, if they're under certain, there's certain smaller
Right, like
studios.
little guys, like little
that-
independent guys are getting exemptions
Yeah.
and getting their movies made.
Yeah, and because I've been watching like Game of Thrones and stuff, and the new season of House of the Dragon
Mhm.
is under a completely different studio contract, so they didn't even get affected by writer. At least when the writer strike happens, they didn't get affected. So.
And I brought this up to the boys yesterday on Speaking from the Center. Catch them Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central. Should we be canceling our streaming things? Is it cool to stream the shit now that we know that the fucking people don't get any of that? Like, is that the right call to just not fucking... I mean, it wouldn't be for the rest of your life, but for a couple months, I think it should be organized, you know, so it's not just like me out here suffering out here on the hill. But I think, you know what I mean? I think that should be a thing for at least like until December or something like that. You just shut them down.
Shut what down? Like all streaming services and shit?
Yeah. Until they fucking pay the because that's how they can wait out the, you know what I mean? That's how they can wait the actors out, is because they're getting money from the actors' work that's on streaming platforms. And we're giving them the money for it.
Well, I wouldn't get any new streaming. So if you're waiting for, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something, I would definitely not get a new streaming service yet.
Or
I don't know, because
whoever's doing the worst.
I exclusively watch on streaming services.
Yeah.
But I also watch shows that have, that haven't been around, like Star Trek. Like
Right. So like, because like, is the renewal of the box set the move, because it actually gets the people working on it, like they have to pay out because that's part of the old contract. Because what they're doing now is they're starving out the actors, but because they have like a steady diet of streaming platform.
Right.
So I'm saying, why don't we starve out the streaming platform? Or maybe we just pick whoever's the worst offender. Like if Netflix is the worst, I would say we should just everybody fucking boycott that shit and just don't give them shit. Because there's so many, you know what I mean? There's so much other stuff for people to satisfy them. Like, I don't know, the Ben podcast, tons of content, more coming on the way. There's other places to find media. And I know we got a little bit spoiled, and it was nice to have everything all on the computer. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is fucking click, or all on your TV. You don't even have to fucking get up and change a disc. Yeah, it's super convenient, but was it convenient at the expense of other people? And the baby's up.
Yep.
Stick
a bottle in it.
Yeah, I
don't think I'm qualified to really make that decision. I really don't. I think, it's hard because I still want to be entertained. And I don't think stopping the entertainment is going to happen. I want to be entertained. I'm going to continue to be entertained. I don't think stopping the entertainment is necessarily what's going to happen.
I mean, I'm not saying we don't download a couple of seasons of shit. And then, we do have box sets. Like I have I think 3 or 4 box sets that I've bought because I wanted the collection. I haven't even cracked them open. They're just sitting there.
They're just. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying we do it for the rest of our lives. I'm just putting it on the table just to test the water to see what other people thought about it. Because I was thinking about it myself. But I don't even know if that affects.
I just say steal as many passwords as you possibly can.
You heard it here first.
I know everything. Come on, guys.
Go there, and
Oh god, that guy.
Anyway,
But I will be playing some Starfield, so there's some fucking entertainment because that's
There
just
we
gonna
go.
be sick.
Okay. No, let's not move on just yet because I kind of had to catch up a little bit.
Okay.
So what I'm getting from this is that there's something called the MBA, the Minimum Basic Agreement, that all of the WGA writers are covered by. If you write for television or film, but if you write for the streaming platforms, you're not covered by that minimum basic agreement, which basically means everybody, because every fucking movie is sponsored by a streaming platform now.
Yeah. They're the
So
studios now.
for
well,
example,
studios have agreements with the streaming services. So like
I mean, like Netflix.
Universal is part of one.
But Netflix has built studios, for their own
Right.
everybody has their own brand of content now, so they got their own studios too.
Yes, they do.
So
I think they're in Burbank too.
So I'm
Burbank.
just reading here. It says
Burbank,
that
where
the
they all
minimum
are.
basic agreement was an agreement that established a minimum wage for television and film writers. In television, the minimum basic agreement only applied for those who wrote for broadcast television shows and not for streaming television. This was very clear when comparing late night talk shows that were produced for broadcast television, such as The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, versus The Problem with Jon Stewart, produced for streaming by Apple TV+. The writers who worked for The Problem were not covered by the MBA and therefore had to negotiate individually with the streaming company for their pay. And as a result, they were paid less than the writers who wrote for The Late Show while doing the same amount of work. This pattern held true with other shows in the two categories. And the MBA expired in May 1st, 2023. So basically, that's this minimum basic agreement. They wanted it to include those who write for streaming platforms as well, which sort of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I know that a lot of people are making a point that, some of the screenwriters are filthy rich. Yes, some are, but most fucking ain't.
Yeah, and Fran Drescher, and as the president of the Screen Actors, or is she Screen Actors Guild president? Whatever.
She's one of the major labor.
President Drescher, her said, that's majorly what they're fighting for, because the millionaires, there's only a handful of them. But for every one of those guys, there's 10,000 crew people, makeup artists, all these people that are in the business of making movies they can't make a living when you're just screwing them over like this. They should, there's no way that people can spend 6 months on a movie that makes billions of dollars and they get the $100 a day. That's fucking bullshit. That's not right. You can't do that to folk. Uh-oh, bye-bye number 2. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Oh no. What fabulous room service there is here. 5 stars.
5 stars.
There we go. Dada eats. Okay. So I was looking on Twitter to see if there was any garbage, and I found some. Obviously.
Well, you were on Twitter, so it is garbage.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
So this is trending. It's Trump 20. It's Trump or death.
Oh.
So now people are making fucking flags that say
What?
Yeah. Like I don't want a video. There we go. It's like I want a picture of it.
I thought that Trump was death, but okay.
Like for real, y'all? This is where we at? This is how far we are in the American experience? This is as far.
This is.
Y'all are so stupid. And that's
Wait,
at
that's at a Yankees game?
a Yankees game.
That's not even like a rally.
No.
That's in full view.
Yeah.
Y'all have no shame.
They're just I don't like the
learn how to shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Mhm.
I think we could just call it a cult now. I
No,
think
it is.
It's official. MAGA is a cult. Confirmed. And it's a doomsday cult, apparently. They're gonna all be they all
do.
gonna be
They
start
want the
buying the same
apocalypse.
pillows and the same shoes and start drinking Kool-Aid.
They want. I mean, look at everything they do. Every death threat.
Mm-hmm.
Every march that they do. Every time, like the raiding of the Capitol, or the these groups, these militia groups that they put together. I mean, this isn't funny anymore. This is just like this is a dangerous doomsday cult. This isn't political. This is not about politics.
And
this is not about different ideologies.
This is literal propaganda at this point. Like, there's just tons of memes with like historical figures misquoted and like this thing of glory and victory. Like, this is some dog shit right here. Some dog shit. Like, I mean, what do they mean, or death? Is that a threat? Are you waving a flag with a threat on it?
Like, who's death? Who's the one that's going to be dying in this? I'm
just saying right now, my black ass would not be able to fucking have a sign that would say repeal qualified immunity or death without my ass being taken straight to that jail at the bottom of the stairs and
Barack or death.
Yeah. They're like, oh, okay, you choose jail then, sir. Have fun in jail.
Jesse Jackson or death.
LeBron
James or death.
Colin Powell or death. My granny loved Colin Powell.
I interpret that as a threat. Yes, I do. Like, it's if Trump is not elected president, like, we're, gonna fight to the death. And isn't that, like, overall, like, the fucking problem right now, that like rhetoric has become so just fucking toxic?
But that's
that you can say.
Oh, go ahead.
Imagine, like, 20 years ago, somebody said Bill Clinton or death. You would go like, yeah, here's a very, very tight T-shirt. I'm just going to take you to a hospital now.
Mm-hmm. The squishy room, you can bounce all off of it.
Yep.
That's all right. We got something to calm you right down, buddy. Right in his hip. There you go. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Juice.
Take the pink one.
We're gonna relax you real quick.
You're gonna go for a long nap.
And it's
that's a very weird rhetoric. It's so. Yeah.
But this is what they're built on.
But it's so unbelievably standoffish that there's no way that this can succeed. You know what I mean? Like, it's so doomsday. Like, so I'm taking you with me. Like, it's so dumb.
It's
like his last campaign wasn't dumb. Like, Jesus Christ, when he got elected, it was the stupidest fucking campaign ever. It was so dumb. Nobody could
It was
ever
built
believe.
on nothing. He had nothing. His campaign, the last one, was built on, well, I said I'd get stuff done, so I just need more time. That's what he was. He didn't build a wall,
And Mexico didn't pay for it.
and Mexico didn't pay for it.
They stood us up.
Yeah, he didn't cure anything. COVID was a disaster.
Remember when he got COVID? And then he lied about having COVID, and then he lied about going to the doctor to get treated for COVID?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
You forget. Yeah, dude, remember he was like, "Oh, I'm doing fine. My hydroxychloroquine's working great."
Right.
And then all the doctors were just like, "We didn't give him that shit."
No.
He got normal shit.
He got what everybody else
He got what
his
everybody
age
else
would
got.
get. And he didn't
And he
even
had-
quarantine himself afterwards. He went
No.
out in public.
Yep. And Herman Cain died like a week later
Yeah.
down in Texas. They were all down in Texas or some shit.
There was that
Yeah, I
big
remember.
rally. That was that big rally that he did.
It was the RCCC?
Was that happening? I don't know.
I don't know.
Ugh. Anyway. Yeah, Trump ran on nothing. And then we had January 6th, which was a whole other like side of this. Like, this was real. He was not fucking around. And this is what's going to happen, is that it's going to get worse. So, like, these trials that come up, that with Trump and his people, like Rudy Giuliani.
Poor
like,
Rudy.
It's serious. This stuff is serious now. Like, you have to watch this stuff. Didn't Georgia said that they were going to allow cameras? Is that,
Yup.
was
Yep.
it Georgia? Okay, good. Because that one's a big one.
There we go. Okay, let me get off of this picture.
Yeah.
The baby needs to burp.
Yeah. Well,
Burpee. I need to pee. I'm just gonna go and hold my wiener for a second.
Gross.
Our report
Speaking of
with the
January
longest
6th.
prison sentence so far related to the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The former leader of the extremist group Proud Boys has been sentenced to 22 years in prison.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
If I throw all the clips in there, then they can't get mad at me for playing one of the clips.
right.
Gotcha.
Um,
Make them fight over it.
We're celebrating this. This guy is beyond dangerous.
Gotcha, bitch.
39-year-old Enrique Tarrio was convicted earlier this year of seditious conspiracy, a rare but serious charge. Since the attack more than 2 years ago, the Justice Department has charged more than 1,100 people in nearly every state.
This conspiracy.
I have a problem with these numbers.
What numbers?
These numbers.
Okay. What about them?
There's more than 600 people there. There were more than 1,100 people there. What, y'all ran out of handcuffs? What the problem is?
They're probably still going over the footage.
Bullshit. No, they should have fucking blocked that shit off. Ain't nobody walking out. Everybody in this building going to jail. They would have did that for anybody else. You telling me out of the fucking 30,000 motherfuckers in there, you got 1,100? Y'all fucking suck. And you let them in, by the way. I'm still of that opinion. You let them the fuck in.
More than 600 have been sentenced in federal court. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott McFarlane reports.
The man federal prosecutors called the leader of the conspiracy that led to the January 6th attacks, former Proud Boys leader
Proud Boys, known domestic terrorists.
Enrique Tarrio stood in court today and asked the judge to show mercy, adding how sorry he was for the events that occurred that day.
Fuck around and find out.
But Judge Timothy
Sweet spoiler alert.
Kelly, who sentenced Tarrio to the longest jail sentence yet for any January 6 defendant, pointed to this text message Tarrio sent after the Capitol had been breached.
This is the best part. They would all just fucking tweet out and fucking use their phone.
I mean,
you documented your crimes.
Like, just here, like, just arrest yourselves, you dumbass. Well, you know what? I keep saying this. They did not believe that they were doing anything wrong. They believed that Trump would be on their side and saving them. This is what they believed.
They thought the scam would work.
They thought that Trump would be on their side and help them out. That they could get away with literal murder, to shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it.
I wouldn't lose a single voter.
That's what they believe.
I wouldn't lose a single voter.
This is what they absolutely believe that would happen. But this is another thing. Like, fuck around and find out. Like, this was bound to happen, and I'm so glad they did it.
A little slow for my takes.
Oh, I'm so glad they did it.
Hold on. There we go. She's looking at the cord, and she wouldn't take her binky. Okay.
Get your binky.
Out of my boys and my country. Don't expletive leave.
The jury agreed with the government that he directed this, that he recruited the individuals who were in place and led the assault on
Progress only in the chat.
the Capitol with the express intention of preventing the peaceful transfer of power.
Tarrio's attorneys sought leniency, arguing he wasn't at the Capitol that day. Watching from a hotel in Baltimore, a prior arrest had banned him from traveling to D.C.
That's right. Because remember, he was down there fucking was it that bar that opened up, like, despite the closure or whatever? Was that the same time? I don't know if the businesses were back open, but he was down there already, because Baltimore and DC are not too far away.
Right.
Yeah, I think we covered him getting arrested, and then January 6th happened, and we had no that. We didn't know that January 6th was going to happen.
But prosecutors laid out how Tarrio mobilized a group of 200 to march on the Capitol, posting that they would turn out in record numbers that day, and responding to President Trump's
It was the bar in Staten Island, I just remembered. And then he showed up to it, and him and the bar owner got arrested.
2020 debate comment.
Stand back and stand by.
Tarrio writing, "Standing by, sir." His Proud Boys.
You don't want zero problems, big fella.
They brought their own shovels. Like, they don't
Big
even
shovels.
like. They just brought their own shovels. They're digging their own graves here.
The vibranium shovels. The best shovels money can buy.
They're just like, they're doing exactly what they shouldn't be doing.
Like, if we made a podcast about committing crimes, that's pretty much what they did. Like, they were getting likes on their confessions.
They put it all on their Twitter page.
Lots of reposts. reposts on the conspiracy parts, you know.
They're doing TikTok live videos. This is me committing crimes here. Hi, everybody. Wave, everybody. Look, it's Joey.
Oh, hi, Rudy. How are you doing?
Look it. Say
Oh,
hi, everybody.
America's
Are you
mayor.
Woohoo.
What's that in that brown envelope for me?
Co-defendants received sentences ranging from 10 to 18 years, one of whom,
That's campaign finance reform.
Dominic
Right.
Pizzola, shouted
There you go.
Trump won in the courtroom moments
It's a
after his
donation.
sentencing ended.
And Scott McFarland joins me now. Scott, the judge had some strong words for Tarrio. You were in the courtroom. Tell us what you heard.
The judge called Tarrio the ultimate leader of the conspiracy. Prosecutors tried to make that distinction. He wasn't just a leading figure in the attack, but they say the.
That's big.
What's big? What's what are you talking about? What are you doing, little girl? She was like screaming yesterday in the show. Yeah, here we go. Oh God.
Leading
It's a
figure
good
among
start.
these far-right Proud Boys who were on the front lines.
She's
Tarrio
trying
wasn't
to.
there in
She's
Washington,
trying to
D.C.,
give her
but the judge
opinion. You gotta
nevertheless
let her.
recognized that
She
Tarrio,
hasn't seen the
in his
video.
mind, deserved the longest sentence. It really is, by a large measure, John, the longest sentence. The Oath Keepers founder, Stuart Rhodes, who was convicted of seditious conspiracy, accused of having this arsenal of weapons staged outside the city limits, got 18 years. Tarrio, who wasn't here, got 22. I think the judge acknowledged, John, he mobilized people, a mass of people that ended up being so very dangerous that day.
And Scott, put this.
Oh wait, so the homeboy who got 18 had a stockpile of weapons in a separate. Come on, man! Y'all knew they were gonna do this. You let it get to that stage. God, man, that was risky. That was stupid.
We've mentioned this is the longest sentence related to the Capitol riot, but put this in the larger context of how significant this was for the Justice Department and the much larger effort to prosecute all the participants who attacked the Capitol on the 6th.
Unequivocally, this is a high watermark for the Department of Justice, not just because of the length of.
How many years did Jartan get for running around with that Viking helmet on?
I don't know.
I think he only got like a year or so.
That QAnon shaman
Yeah.
character.
dude.
Yeah, I don't.
I think he's out already.
Really?
Yeah. January 6th, political prisoners must be freed. Well, once their sentences are over, yeah, they'll get out. But yeah, you can't just run around fucking government buildings, fucking
God, my
interrupting
favorite
shit.
my favorite thing is that, like, when you go onto people's Wikipedia page and it's these like groups of terrorists, activism. It's not activism, it's terrorism. Participation.
He got 41 months.
41 months on December 17th. On March 30th, has been released from prison 14 months early. Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's gone back on his apology to, and he regrets.
Hey, that's all you can do at that point. He's not gonna. You know, the judge is waiting for him to run back in there with that same crowd of people. There's probably mad stipulations in there.
He's running for a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives, and he refers to himself and other defendants as political prisoners.
Yeah.
I think as time
can't
continues
run.
to go on, I'm going to be proven to be on the correct side of history. Oh, how did we get here? What happened? Where did we go wrong? Where did we go right when we should have gone left? Like, where's did this all fucking start?
Was COVID the blip?
I fucking think
Did
so.
we all blip? I think we blipped. This is a blip. Oh man,
we're
we're in a
blipping
blip.
right now?
We're a blip. Fuck. No, everybody else got blipped away, and they're gonna come back, and we're gonna be fucking have had to deal with this shit. Oh
Okay.
man, we're the
Well.
leftovers of the blip.
Oh my God.
Damn it!
Don't.
Not again.
Not
again.
again.
This old
We already went through this before.
this old dog and pony show.
It just feels like we're in some weird fucking Twilight
We're in
fucking
Bizarro
zone.
world. We're in the upside
We are.
down.
We are. We're...
It's just
Is Mercury in retrograde? I don't know. Jupiter? Somebody. Is everybody in retrograde?
Is it the convergence?
The great conjunction.
There you go. All right.
Well,
okay.
on to more
No,
positive
listen to
things.
this. On one popular Christian site, Give, Send, Go, there are at least 150 campaigns mentioning the Capitol riot that collectively have raised more than $4.1 million. So these rioters are fucking running for office now.
I mean, they can get. I would try to disqualify all of them with the 14th Amendment, but
that's the incitement to riot statue thingy bingy.
It's participating. Yeah, it's like participating in a. Let's see. Let me get my U.S. Constitution out. My pocket Constitution. U.S. Constitution.
what can I do on here?
What's going on in our chat today?
No. Pay them no mind. I'm dealing with it.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Let's go on to the next guy who got sentenced then.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of sentencing.
Yep, Danny Hyde. Daniel Hyde.
Danny Masterson. Stephen Hyde, right?
Oh yeah, Stephen Hyde. Is there Danny Hyde? Did I make that up? I don't know.
I think you made that up because it's Danny Masterson. Yeah. Well, Danny Masterson, known as Stephen Hyde from the 70s show, got sentenced to 30 years to life for 2 rapes.
Hey.
What?
Shame.
What?
Shame.
Remember your training,
Shame.
Jedi. Remember your training.
What?
Don't hard R, fool. You're a broadcaster. You're not the pub.
Yeah, there's
I gotta sell this.
words that we have to use.
I have to sell this fucking video. Yeah. Fuck, it's fine. Hard R, no.
I hate some of the words.
I'm fucking citing a goddamn article. I'm reading what's on my screen.
Okay.
From BBC.
Okay. Are they paying us? No, Wayne's paying them. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, literally, they have to. He has to pay them.
And this is not just me being pedantic. If you want our videos to show up places, we can't use hard R's. It's bot filtered, and people don't want to hear that shit. So it's important for us to be aware of what is sensitive to people and make sure that they can get our content.
What word should I use then?
Sexual assault.
It's not.
Or violence.
Yeah.
That's all good. That's all good.
Well, U.S. actor Danny Masterson has been sentenced to serve 30 years to life in prison for forcing himself on 2 women in 2003. Masterson starred on that 70s show, a TV series that was airing at the time of his crimes in the early 2000s. Prosecutors argued Masterson had relied on his status as a prominent Scientologist to avoid accountability. Was he? Really? I didn't know that. Scientology? That's fucked up.
Which is why he got away with it for so long.
Right. Yeah. They were using that as a thing.
Yeah. Judge Charlene Almeida on Thursday allowed his victims to read victim impact statements in court ahead of his sentencing. Prominent former Scientologist and actor Leah Remini attended the sentencing hearing and comforted the women before and after they delivered their statements. I wished I had reported him earlier to the police, one of the women said, according to the U.S. media. Master remained silent throughout the hearing. As the judge read his sentence, the maximum penalty allowed, his wife, Bijou Phillips. Oh, is that John Phillips' daughter? The one who had an incestuous relationship with her dad? Like when she was like 19 or something?
What are you talking about?
Oh, wow. Whoa.
Danny
whoa.
Masterson's wife, Bijou Phillips, I think that's John Phillips' wife.
Hey, can you Google shit before you just say it out loud? What
Yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
is
yeah.
going on right now? Don't just
It
say
is.
shit. Then look it
It
up
is.
first.
It
What
is.
are you doing?
It's a very unusual spelling to that name. Let's see. Yes, it is. I was right. Holy shit!
What does that have
woman
to do with
had-
anything? Just read the thing,
She's-
man. Jesus Christ. You gotta read it so we can comment back and forth with you, and
Okay.
you keep fucking
Yeah, yeah.
sidetracking and going fucking apeshit. Just read it, bro.
Yeah, I'll read it. All right. Jesus Christ, I'm just shocked. I didn't know this. Okay, I didn't know that she was his wife. Sorry. All right. She was seen in court breaking down in tears. Masterson was found guilty in May at a retrial after the first jury was unable to reach a verdict back in 22. The actor was convicted after 3 women testified that they had been sexually assaulted, that he had sexually assaulted them in his Hollywood home between 2001 and 2003. The jury heard testimony that he had given them drugs before he assaulted them. Oh shit. Oh. He was found guilty of the hard R thing against 2 of his 3 accusers. Holy shit.
Careful.
Sorry.
Drink some water. It's okay.
Ah.
No rush.
The charges brought by the third accuser were declared a mistrial, and prosecutors said they do not plan to retry the case. After his conviction, Masterson was deemed a flight risk and was taken into prison custody. He was first accused of sexual assault in 2017 during the height of the hashtag #MeToo movement. He denied the accusations, said that each of the encounters was consensual, and charges came after a 3-year investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department. Prosecutors did not file charges in 2 other cases because of insufficient evidence and the statute of limitation expiring.
Okay.
Do I have to read it more? Like we've heard it all now, right?
Yeah.
We were already familiar.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that the judge didn't let him use that fucking Scientology shit as a fucking excuse. Because he tried to blame it on his religion, and that's why he did that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Scientology is barely a religion. It's mostly just stealing people. It's mostly just taking people's money.
It's not a religion. It has no, at least on the lower levels, it has no ideology. It's based. It's supposedly, if you've seen a Scientology documentary, I highly recommend Leah Remini's
From
series she did.
King of Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
she did a really good job. She did a really good job on getting through, and because of her experience, because she was in there since she was a kid, so she's gone through all of it.
Right.
And she went to the celebrity side of it, which is even worse, because there are two worlds in Scientology. There are regular people, and then there are the celebrities, and they're treated completely differently. And she was on both of those sides of it.
Sorry. Real quick. Sweet in the chat says HBO's Going Clear is also amazing.
Yeah. I recommend both of those, the Leah Remini's and the Going Clear, really good. I love cults. Those are amazing. But there is no
You love
there's
cults.
no
That's
I
a
love
clip.
cults.
Clip it. Someone clip it.
I've said it before.
I love cults.
Anyway,
Can I interest you in a new flag?
No, thank you.
I forgot to mention on that flag
that I like reading about them.
Why did they make the flag orange? Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, see, now they know he's orange. Like, I don't want to hear nobody talk about, so you can't be making fun of his face and his body. And look, y'all made the flag orange so y'all didn't have to use no coloring. Y'all just made it easier on yourself.
So
you didn't get a white
everything
flag.
matches.
You didn't get a pink flag. You got an orange flag because that motherfucker is orange. Thank you. Thank you for visiting my TED Talk.
Well, and orange is a very manly, masculine color, and we know how, manly, masculine people think about femininity.
I hear orange is the new black. Bloop.
Eventually, it's gonna come back.
Now to Oklahoma, where the wind goes sweeping off.
I recommend not going to Oklahoma.
I'm putting my kids in Oklahoma school tomorrow.
Oh.
She's 5.5 months old. I don't know that she'll do well, but maybe that's for the best.
Well,
talk us into it, Miss Brenna.
Okay, so I got a wonderful text yesterday from my aunt who lives in Oklahoma, and she sent me a video that said, or an article that said, yeah, Oklahoma is now partnering with Prager U, just like Florida did.
Yay!
No, take that back. Take that back, Mikey. Take that back.
This is good. Okay. Now they're going to get extra resources for low-income students, and this is going to be more educational tools for teachers to use.
All right. Oklahoma education ranking. 50th worst state for education. Mikey, pop quiz. How many states do we have in the United States?
I don't have the Jeopardy theme on here yet. Fuck! I was looking for it. I can do this instead.
From Universal Studios Hollywood.
Thinking. 48 plus 250. Final answer.
So
what you're saying is they have the worst education system in the entire United States,
or the highest,
depending on how you
they go by the golf rules, golf scoring. The lower, the better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's just say Oklahoma probably shouldn't be doing education the way that they've been doing education. They should probably, spend more on education. But instead, what are they going to raise their resources on, Mikey?
Great educational content from people who obviously shouldn't be allowed on the internet.
Random people making educational videos. This is standardized.
Sure, it is. They got playlists. They got playlists. Like
Florida and Oklahoma.
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's been widely received in Florida. Yeah, it's really gone off without a hitch in Florida.
All this time, and it's taken place in every corner of the world.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What the hell is this?
Even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no?
If that is the only two options available, but come the fuck on.
Slavery or murder. All right, everybody. Cake or death?
Like, you want to die a slow death on the cotton fields, or you want to be shot right now? Make a choice, and that's your only two ones. It's like, it's not a viable fucking
Let's just load up the kids with fucking logical fallacies from RIP. First clip. Let's just load them up with logical fallacies.
No,
Get
'cause
them not
Mikey-
being able to critically
Mikey,
think.
you can't tell anybody that African culture was actually highly sophisticated. No, because you can't do that because Europeans were the one that civilized.
And you know what the worst thing is? That Prager U and some of these like Christian nationalists will often grab themselves somebody of low influence, put their loving arms around them, and make their black ass say some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I mean, I've been running into folks that it is beyond reason that someone would sit there with their black skin and say and just profess to me that right-wing Christian shit is the only way to go. Like, how can you sit there in your skin and say that? I don't know. Good luck to him. You'll find out like OJ.
I don't see the problem.
Okay. So if you are not already familiar with Prager U Kids, it is conservative propaganda styled as educational material.
Hey, she called it out.
Created for children by the unaccredited right-wing advocacy group Prager U. Prager U Kids entered Florida's classrooms earlier this year as...
I mean, why don't we have a bin podcast kids? Since apparently anybody can do the shit.
We need an animator or somebody who can use animation software.
Oh, so that's why we don't have one.
We
could.
could.
That shit sounds like it would take hours to do.
Yeah. Do you have hours?
No, not for that.
Or...
Not for drawing shit that's clearly in the history books and is already part of reality.
But the amount of state tax dollars you could steal is pretty big, apparently.
So I could just hire people and use the state's money to pay for it. So
in government contracts, they're good.
So I need to ask Tim this. Tim might be in the chat somewhere. Tim, I have a question if you're here. Because I'm pretty sure Prager U is like a campaign fundraiser. Can campaign fundraisers be child education-y people? You know, like, is that crossing streams where they're raising money for people and then their programs are implemented in the states that they raise the money for? You know what I mean? Like,
no,
that seems a bit shitty.
It's a 501c3 non-profit advocacy group and media organization.
The old non-profit.
Yep. They raised 28 million in 2020 and they had 28 million in expenses.
Wow.
Funny that.
Wow, they ran a tight ship. They ran it right to the last drop of gasoline.
They didn't have to pay taxes.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Also, no taxes.
It's just well balanced, isn't it? For some reason, everything just worked out.
How much gas did you have? Exactly 1.00. Oh, wow. That is incredible. I've been to the gas station about 1,000 times. It's happened about twice that I hit it right on the dollar, but you've
just
done
perfect.
that
You were
perfectly.
Perfect.
Every trip.
Yeah. There's nothing underhanded going on there.
Nothing to see here.
This is tax money, by the way. Just letting you guys know. This is not for private universities. This is not for private schools. This isn't even for charter schools. This is for public education. This is the public that we all have to live with. This is public funds going for public education, indoctrinating your kids into thinking that white people are better than all other people.
Well, I mean, as far as the history books go, Brenna, they're 1,000% correct. Look, here's the history books that we've cherry picked out of all the shit that is important to us. I have a lot. Look at the little fucking 3 lines that we highlighted out of this entire manual. Like, it's the worst kind of history because it's like revisionist history, propagandist history.
Oh, we can't talk about genocide here. No,
Yeah,
no.
When they gonna
We
start
talked
about Black
about
Wall Street? When's the Black
Right.
Wall Street episode? Let me see that shit.
And in Oklahoma, of all places.
Yeah, the fucking Oklahoma.
Oklahoma has some of the worst revisionist history ever. That's one of the places in which there's native reservations out there that don't have fucking running water. Because they shoved them in the middle of the plains and said, "Good luck, people."
Or running the fucking highway through Greenwood
then they steal their children, force them to boarding school,
yeah,
and dress them up like white people.
Change their names.
Adopt them out to white families, good Christian white families, to be without their parents' consent.
Yep.
Stealing them in the middle of the night. And then you also have Black Wall Street, which was a fucking massacre and erased from the history books. Erased.
They literally drop bombs out of planes on neighborhoods in the States.
How is this, like, Oklahoma? You already have a piss poor education system right now. This is not going to help you. This is going to hurt you severely. No college is going to ever take a child from Oklahoma.
Oh no. They can't
They're
take
not.
you seriously.
You were not well educated. You really were not. And this is sad because I have family in Oklahoma. And they deserve to have a good education system. Look, I'm not saying California's education system is the best. I'm not going to say that, but it's definitely not Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're not really in the space to really experiment with their teaching practice. Why don't you just try to teach right now? You just try to maintain.
How about getting 5 days of school a week? Let's start with paying teachers for 5 days.
They don't even go to school every day?
4 days.
Oh my god, they don't even go. They can't afford to fucking have the kids go to fucking school every day, but you got money to pay Prager U. Come on, man. See? This is that Brett Favre shit.
You can't pay your teachers. Yeah. Well, no shit. There's so much corruption going on.
And don't get me wrong. The liberal corruption is not missed by us. But this shit is so egregious and such an obvious grift. Like, if I was a Republican, like an actual conservative, I would be fucking furious about this. Because that's hustling. You're hustling the state, dude. You're selling your fucking online shit to the state and just reaping.
Would somebody please think of the children in this? Like,
this
is not.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
The people who are getting hurt the most are children.
Yeah.
How the hell does anybody say that they're doing anything because of children? You are making the child. You are tearing a well-rounded education from these children. You are making their lives worse.
Like
you are setting them up for a world of hurt.
Like, it's bad enough they already got to live in Oklahoma.
Yes, I've been there.
Nothing to do. No hills.
It smells like cows.
You can't sled ever.
Look.
Do they ever have to do like that uphill parking shit?
Is here.
It's just
trying to live here.
I'm just saying, Oklahoma, you can see it from end to end because it's just a vast expanse of flat nothingness.
It's plains.
It's just land as far as you can see. And more. But
so I believe I'm going to say this will run. This is not healthy. This is not going to help anyone. Every single parent every single teacher in Oklahoma should be on strike for this kind of shit.
Hell yeah.
And this whole now from Florida to Oklahoma, this is not going to stop. And this is going to create two Americas.
Because, and like you said it, but I don't think I really received it when you said it. These kids are going to be severely disadvantaged when they graduate. When they graduate from a high school, when they fucking try to go to college and they fucking all flunk out because they don't know shit.
They won't be able to go to college because they're not going to be educated properly.
Or some of the classes aren't even fucking accepted, so their credits are going to be fucked up. I guess they can go to Prager University then, I guess. That's the next step. Now they're in the pipeline.
Shh, Mikey, we're not going to give them any ideas because
that's the only place we got to help the kids. You said think of the kids. Kids, I guess you'll be going to fucking Prager University and then get your Prager doctorate and then fucking work at Prager.
The whole plan is to I've said this before too. Like if you want to control the population, you keep everybody poor, sick, and stupid. And this is exactly what they're doing. Of everywhere in the country, they are going after the poorest, the sickest, and the stupidest people, and they're keeping them that way. Yeah. Do you think the healthcare system in Oklahoma is fantastic? Absolutely not. You think welfare and public investment is good in Oklahoma? Absolutely not. This is the whole point. You control people by keeping them poor, stupid, and sick. And it makes me angry.
We must smile to stop the tears. We must.
Kids can know the principles this country was founded on.
If you recall the name Ryan Walters, if that name sounds distantly familiar, it is because he is a state superintendent who earlier this summer had to walk back his comments that appeared to suggest that race was not a factor in the 1921 Tulsa massacre.
Say, oh, you think you about that? You think it's a game?
This boy is a superintendent, and he said the race massacre wasn't about race. Clearly, anybody can be a fucking superintendent these days. I mean, why are we doing any kinds of regular jobs when clearly public office is where we all belong? Because anybody can do it.
No, you have to have money. That's
like how you get the one part. That's the main part.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is not just Mr. Walters, and it is not just the states of Oklahoma and Florida. Prager U has been peddling this propaganda to education departments across the country, and conservative leaders have...
Where do you think it's going next? Who's going to be next on the Ruin the Kids train?
Ruin the Kids train.
I got my guess.
I feel like it's time to jump up to like North Dakota.
Okay.
I think it's time. Like you can spend a little bit of time in the South, but you got to jump up a little bit.
Shartan, do you have a guess for the next state that's going to get this ridiculous bullshit?
No. It's just insane that it's a thing. I don't know what to say about this. I'm just flabbergasted.
It's scary is what it is. But all right.
I couldn't live in these states, like Brenda said, because there's no fucking way. Like no. We're all gonna sit here and we're gonna talk like adults. We're not fucking doing this.
Right.
My guess is Utah.
Okay, it's good.
Utah's got that Mormon thing going on. Solid. I think they're like Prager U adjacent. I don't know. A lot of the conservatives have been going up there and buying swaths of land. They're trying to like make their own country or something. I gotta talk to no, Dexter, go. He's gonna claw my legs. Go! Get out of here! I spray you with water. Lindsay. I gotta see if I can get Lindsay because she's there now. And they got their little militia practices she sees, and they're always threatening everybody, and None of them are
Okay.
from Utah. It's like wacky dudes from across the country converging to one location. So I think they've taken over pretty much all the school boards now. So I'm sure they'll be going up there next.
Exciting.
Good for them.
Have been
Bad
receptive.
for everybody else.
Officials in Texas and New Hampshire recently considered.
Oh, we missed.
We were both wrong.
New Hampshire? I thought they were better than that. You know, I expected more out of you, New Hampshire. So close to Tim, but so disrespectful.
Using the material in their classrooms, though.
Tim
those
just has to
particular
take his
attempts have
cheese
been
truck
tabled
over there.
Cheese is a cult too.
far.
Oh, join the cheese cult.
And there have already been documented uses of Prager U
cult.
material in California and Idaho and Ohio. So stay tuned.
We've got some of them Moms for Liberty bullshit going on right now.
I don't understand this. My kid's not going to school or going outside.
I will start a school for her.
Word.
We'll read banned books.
I think I'll
We'll
just
watch
like
Disney movies about people who are gay.
I'll show her Terminator 2 when she's like 5, and then I'll keep her in
The
a like a
documentary?
yeah. And then I'll just like Sharpie off the Terminator part.
There you go.
And I'll be like, yeah, the world's over and we live in this bunker now.
There you go.
Yep, there's nothing out there.
Nothing
And I'll
out
just
there.
cut the movie when she's like grabbing the chain link fence and the fucking explosion comes and her skin rips off. Yeah, that haunted me for about a decade. Too intense for me, man. I was like
go.
7 or 8. That was way too intense for me. I was like, oh Jesus. Can my kid be the test student? Absolutely.
I saw on the news that there was a guy in Austria that did that to his kids. Didn't turn out that well.
If it's a reference to something, you're gonna have to give us more. I can't play ball. I don't know what we're doing.
When I said it out loud, like I had it in my head, and when I said it out loud, it's so incredibly mean that I retract everything that I just said.
Perfect. All right,
Okay.
Mikey, let's move on.
We have an and finally story.
What?
We have a
From Universal Studios Hollywood.
a little south of Hollywood. Mexico,
All
I
right,
knew
you
I
gotta
loved
give
you.
him you gotta give him something to go after.
Mexico, you knew I loved you. I knew I loved
New
you.
at 9, Mexico's Supreme Court has decriminalized abortion across the country, saying the bans violate women's rights. The ruling will require Mexico's Public Health Service to provide abortions at all federal health institutions to anyone who requests one. Mexico had previously let its states decide on a case-by-case basis. That procedure remained illegal in 20 states. Judges in those states will now have to abide by the court's decision, but removing legal penalties requires more legislation.
Well, see, there you have it. That's all we needed from them. Thank you for the quick update on the news. Like, that's what I need from people, not this. So, Johnny, what do you think about? Shut the fuck up, Johnny. That's my job. I just wanted to fucking I need the news blurb. I need the B-roll.
All right, so let's get 2 opinions on this one.
Yeah. Go Mexico.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, it's a step towards good in the world, and it really does show how if Mexico can do that, just even decriminalizing abortion, being able to open up access, that's big. And it shows how completely backwards and behind the times the United States is.
Embarrassingly so.
We're really, like, I'm not kidding. There are 2 countries in America right now. And it's hard to see that the split happens so violently.
I think people were waiting for something to happen so they could split. And I think COVID and Trump were a good excuse for them to say, I'm too scared to trust the system anymore. I'm going to stake it out on my own. It's like, cool, dude. I've seen that in 1,000 zombie movies. Let me know how it works out for you.
Yeah.
The guys that run off because they know better are the first motherfuckers that get eaten at sundown when the zombies come. Like, I get it. Life is scary. The climate is bad and prices of everything are scary. I don't know why they believe that Trump's rhetoric to hate the person standing next to you who's also broke, who's also struggling, they're the reason for your problems? How the hell can they fucking do shit? You can't do shit. So how could they do shit? Meanwhile, this motherfucker paid $750 in tax for the last fucking 18 years. And y'all clapping for him. It's crazy to me.
But they're so brainwashed that they don't see it. They don't see him not paying his taxes. They don't see him completely committing crimes and telling people to commit crimes. They don't even see, this is what bothers even me. They don't see that he's not gonna save them. He doesn't save his own people. He's not saving Rudy Giuliani.
He's never pulled one ripcord for anybody. He's let everyone splat.
He's not going to save you from your problems. He's not going to save you.
Doesn't care.
And yet it's just this, they cannot see past the end of their nose because they've been so brainwashed that they literally don't see these things. They show up as aliens. They show up as a completely different scene in their brains.
Yeah.
Because they brainwashed them to death.
I think they want it to be true.
Isn't it nice?
I think they're really, and if they just keep pushing him forward and pushing forward what he says, come on, he's got to be able to pull off what he's talking about. But if you know anything about fucking politics, you know that none of this is possible day one. For coming down the escalator, first words out of his mouth, dude, you can't, that's not policy. You can't just do that. And they're clapping. It's like he's promising shit he can't give you. Look around. Did anything fucking show up? Nothing showed up. Also, Biden has done 60 international trips in 2.5 years. Trump did 44 in 4. Well, people wanted Biden to show up. A lot of people would not ask Trump not to show up. He was disinvited.
Yeah, maybe, but if I think that a lot of heads of state around the world, they see office and not the person sitting there, and that the relationship with the US has to, continue after 4 or 8 years. So when he went to other countries, he was always treated with the respect that the office that he was in at the time, demanded. So he could have.
I also think that
he just
Trump,
chose
Trump
not to.
Trump seeing the the dictators of North Korea and Russia and where else did he go? All around. Like
South Korea. North Korea.
Trump. I said North Korea. China.
Germany.
Like that. I prefer my president not to go for dictators. Not to praise dictators. Not to say how much he loved.
He's a
Kim
strong
Jong-un.
man.
A love notes.
But then he was like fucking. That's after they almost fucking had a Twitter fucking nuclear war beef.
Yeah.
And that was like in day 60. And we're like, oh shit, we ain't gonna make it, y'all.
And North Korea is still testing out rockets, right from today. Like they're just because Trump made them believe that they're untouchable. This is the scary thing about Trump. Trump has made this entire world dangerous. I mean, do you really think that the war in Ukraine would have happened as quickly and as brutally if Trump wasn't in office? What had happened would if Trump was in office? Where would our funds go? Where would our aid go?
Breaking
Not
news.
to Ukraine.
Breaking news in the chat. Navarro convicted of contempt. David Navarro? I'm on it.
Wait, let's figure out what's going on.
Dave Navarro, what has he done this time?
What has he done this time?
What hasn't he done? Or who? Never mind. Never
I
mind.
was just about to say, you mean who, right?
Oh, Peter Navarro, not Dave Navarro.
Oh, yeah, I read that. That's not breaking. That happened earlier.
6
Well,
a.m.
earlier today.
It says here from NBC News. I'll flip it over. Washington. Former Trump White House advisor Peter Navarro was convicted Thursday of criminal contempt of Congress for failing to comply. Oh, of Congress. That's different. For failing to comply with a congressional subpoena related to the plot to overturn the 2020 election. Well, I mean, I wish they would have did all this shit earlier, because this is my beef with all this shit, all the legal shit that they're doing now. They knew all this shit January 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means by October, you should be ready. Not a year before the election, when this is a court thing, you know it's going to take months and months for this to play out. And now people are trying to figure out ballots. And now people are trying to figure out the 14th Amendment. Like, you knew all this shit already. Like, you haven't gotten anything recently for the J6 stuff. You should have just did it. And now it's going to get all fucked up because they're like, well, I'm running for office. This is unconstitutional. Like, you know what I mean? So now we're in a gray area because no one's ever been fucking under investigation and running for president at the same time. And the crime is seditious acts against the country, conspiracy against the country. Like, now we have like 18 plates to spin now.
Yep.
But Hillary's emails, though. Damn, but Hillary's emails. Well, good luck,
But
Peter
she was
Navarro.
she was under investigation when she was running for president. So it happens.
It's funny that. And
Yeah.
she was also able to give up them tax returns too.
Oh,
But yeah,
because she does her own.
But on the point that Brenna made earlier, I think that the war in Ukraine would have happened regardless. Putin he's been gunning for that for Ukraine for many years.
I said if Trump was in office, I said it would Trump in office, would our aid, if Ukraine asked for aid, would we give it to them or would we give it to Russia? We wouldn't have. The response would have been different. I'm just saying. Trump's love of Putin and desire to be Putin would have changed how our response was.
He would have negotiated it over the phone in 24 hours. That's what he said.
Yeah, he would have.
Wouldn't have been a
problem. It would have been different, but I think that the backlash that would have happened if the US started giving Russia weapons and aid in an attack war against the Ukraine, that would have been another sovereign state in Europe. That would have been yeah, that's such a fucking horrific scenario that like the outcome of that is hard to grasp.
Yeah.
So when I tell y'all I want to build my own rocket ship in Starfield, now you understand. I need the escapism from this place.
I don't blame you. All right.
Maybe I'll start doing a thing like Brenna. I'll do it on the Ben channel, play my Starfield on here.
There you go. You can.
Yeah. Or should we just get a gaming channel? You guys let us know. Let us know in the comments. Do you want gaming content on this channel or on its own separate channel? Or do you care?
Yeah.
or pickles on the side.
I need a new Xbox is what I need.
We're working on it.
I need a Series X. I need a Series X.
You don't need a Series X. Just get a PC.
No, I want a Series X.
Well, patreon.com/thebinpodcast.
That's the only way. My birthday's
Let's get
coming up
Brent on
next
X.
week.
We gotta take care of our Brenna. So you guys go to Patreon.
My
so we can
birthday is next week, everybody. I deserve.
if
I deserve
everybody
Xbox.
if everybody does $1 and just says happy birthday, it'll all add up and it'll get most of the way to buying your Xbox, and then you can get an Xbox and it'll be fun. And then you
$20, everybody.
can $20 a piece. But yeah, that'll be fun. And
$200.
so Starfield's only one player I see though, which kind of stinks because I want to show her. I want to go like to your ship, you know.
Why would you want to go to?
I want to go on your ship and go float around.
That's so weird. That's so creepy.
I want to fly.
Is that code?
I'm gonna
Stay
fly
off
over.
my fucking ship.
I'm gonna fly over to your planet and see what's hopping out over here.
I'm gonna lock the doors.
You can't lock the
you.
planet, okay? I'm coming in.
Okay, calm down, Mike.
Requesting
Hey.
permission to land. Fuck it, I'm landing. Can't slow down.
No.
What's these stacks?
My lawn.
What's these stacks of rocks you got over here? Oh, I knocked that shit over. Oh,
This
monument.
was very weird.
Yeah.
But I'm tired as shit. Can we go a little short today because I'm really under the weather and I'm having a long fucking week.
Okay, we were wrapping up the show. That's what this was.
No, but before we do, I want you to Google something.
No, I'm wrapping up the show because you're sleeping.
No, I want to do one thing. I want you to
Okay.
read one thing, and then we'll wrap up the show. Before we wrap up, I want you to do one thing. Open a new tab. You can have it on screen or not.
I'm not putting it on screen. I don't know what you're about to say.
All right, go to stevenseagal.com.
Hell no. No, not until you give me more details. Not happening.
And then you go to that's his official homepage. You press the bar that says philanthropy. And on the bottom of, I think it's on the bottom of that page. Let's see, I had it here. Yeah, there it is. Halfway down on that, there's line that says,
what the hell?
Yeah, it doesn't come up. You have to go into the actual bar to get it to appear. It's very weird. Like if you go through Google, you just got ads for Viagra and shit. Somebody's been messing with Steven Seagal so much. Just write in stevenseagal.com.
That's what I just did. This is not a good bit, Jartan.
You're not getting it? All right, I'll send you a link. Just press that.
Is it
fucking
Stefan Seagal?
No, there you go. It's in the chat now. And it'll take you straight into his philanthropy thing. All right. And please, for the love of God, read out his awards out loud.
Were you doing this during the fucking show? I am
No,
so
I did
mad at
this.
you for not paying attention to us, blighting about our future because you're reading the philanthropy awards of fucking Steven Seagal.
I saw this in a YouTube video about earlier this week.
Here are just a few awards that Steven has been honored with over the years. First Annual Environmental Media Awards, September 30th, 1991. PETA Humanitarian Award, 1999. Sashi, I don't know what that is, Humanitarian Award. Honored as the first private citizen to destroy a nuclear device. Well, that's good.
Honored as the first private citizen to destroy a nuclear device. When did this happen? That has to be such the most obvious fucking lie in the history of the world. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. What nuclear device? Where? Who called Steven Seagal? Can you come and disarm the nuke for us?
Well,
that didn't happen.
on that bombshell, we're going back to the studio. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Stick around for the raid. We love you. For Jartan, Wayne, Brenna, and myself, Mike Famine, thanks for hanging out on the Band Podcast. And we will see you Wednesday for Speaking from the Center. Bye.